Hi, welcome back. It's New Year's Eve. Well, it's 4:45 New Year's Eve. So I'm going to do a little bit more work. I hope everyone has a wonderful 2025 because 2024 was kind of yucks. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to fit this all in here, but I'm going to try. I need my glasses. I'm sorry, I always need my glasses. And I never ever have them with me. So forgive me. So I hope you're all having a great New Year's Eve. Myself, every New Year's Eve, I stay home. I like to. I've done it most of my life, I guess, except maybe when I was married. My late husband, sometimes he didn't want to go up for New Year's either, but since he's passed, I'm happier just staying in. And I like it. I try to set up my journals, and I'm not much for making resolutions because to me, New Year's is not the time to be doing it, but that's just to me. To me, my birthday is my new year, so that's when I try to make my plans, I guess you would call it, for the rest of the year. Although, I don't know if goal setting, well, it's good, but if you don't reach your goals, and a lot of us make lofty goals, and we don't achieve them, and then that leads to beating ourselves up. So when I want to make a change, I just try to make a small one. Like, say I wanted to lose weight, and I do, and I am. I started last week. I'm down I think it was 2.7 pounds, which is amazing because I would be very happy to be down in a week just 0.7. I mean, that's awesome. I'm talking about pounds, by the way, not kilograms or stones. I would love to measure my weight in stones. It would be so nice because a stone is 14 pounds, so when you told somebody your weight, you would be times 14 or divided by 14. It would sound so much less. But I mean, people can still see you, so what does that matter? If you're fat, you're fat. So I did all my Happy New Year's calls and texts. Because of the mail strike here in Canada, I didn't send out any Christmas cards, and I'm not really feeling bad about it. I just put a note on Facebook, and that's my phone ringing because I thought my phone was turned off, but I guess it wasn't. So I'm just going to ignore it, and they can leave a message. And I'll get back to them later, if it's somebody I want to get back to. If it's scam callers, they can go fly a kite because I'm not ever getting back to them. We actually have a law here that says that if you put somebody on, I don't know, I can't remember it now, it's been years, but people aren't supposed to be making these unsolicited calls anymore. So like if say I was dealing with a hot water supplier, well, because I'm dealing with them, they can call me at any time. If I had my ductworks cleaned, well, they can call at any time. My ducts cleaned, not my ductworks. I just tell everybody it's a radiator system. And usually they don't know what that means, but it's okay. I have a radiator and hang up. I don't even know what I was talking. Oh yeah, so people aren't supposed to be calling you unless it's somebody you do business with, but they still do. And sometimes they don't want you to answer the phone, because if you answer the phone, they can't leave a message like, this is the police, call us right now, we're going to throw you in jail, or this is the CRA, and if we don't hear from you, we're going to throw you in jail. Whatever. But yeah, that's our life for the future, I guess. So I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. I think this one is going to take quite some time. Sometimes before I put it away for the day, I'll do a little bit, like I'll look around, and if I'm missing something like here or here, I'm losing my voice, I'll fill it in before I put everything to bed, but that's it. So I've got my journals mostly set up, and I ordered a new one today, which just has a little divider ribbon, and it has, I didn't order it today, I ordered it a week ago, it just came today, but that's Christmas. It says, what are you doing? And it says, I'm keeping track of how many times you annoy me. So I knew what I bought it for, but I never write things down. So when I'm working on the other journals going forward, I think I know what it's for. I think it's a budgeting journal, because it's the only journal I don't have. I've got one for my health now. One is just a daily journal that, you know, you just long form write your thoughts and what you did and things like that. The other one is a commonplace journal, so that's where you write other people's thoughts and ideas. And the other one is a date book, so for keeping appointments, that's 3. And then that one is for finances. I said health, right? Yeah, definitely health journal. I think everybody should keep a journal, even though I tend to rip mine up, and so I don't have many old journals around, but I do tend to think, oh, I don't want anybody to read this, or I don't want to read this, or why did I write that, and then I toss it, tear it up to little tiny pieces and toss it, or put it in the shredder and toss it. I don't know if that's just something weird that I do, or if other people do it, but honestly, I wish I had kept all my journals, because just going back and reading them would be pretty awesome. I think I started keeping journals around 10 years old. A diary. We had diaries, they were like maybe 3 times thicker than this, and they had little locks on them, and they had like pretty covers on them, flowers most of the time, and yeah, I had those. I had some journals, well, from the time I was 10 on, not too many when I was married. That's a whole other story. And yeah, it's like a mind dump, which is basically a commonplace journal. You just, you know, have all these thoughts, and you just need somewhere to put them. And that's what basically a commonplace journal is. And it's other people's ideas. It's great quotes that you've heard and things that you saw somewhere, and you want to make note of it so you don't forget. So if the situation comes up where you want to do it, you can find it. I think that it's wonderful because I've been single for 25 years. I'm not lonesome or anything. I don't feel I need another man in my life, but I I don't have anyone to talk to. Like, you come home from work, most people, or anywhere, and you can vent to your partner or your family or whoever's there. I don't have that. So journals are where I dump out all these feelings, all these, you know, all these, just anything and everything. If something happens and it's strange, I can journal it. If someone makes me mad, or if I'm in a situation and I don't understand it, I can write it in my journal. If somebody tells me something, I can write it in my journal, and when I reread my journals, maybe try to figure out what's going on. What did they mean? Or am I in the wrong, or am I in the right? And, you know, that kind of thing. I think it's important to journal. I think it's important also that you go back on occasion and read your journals. Find out where you've been and where you're going to. Oh boy, this is sounding depressing as anything, and I have the most depressing voice in the world anyway, so I'm going to stop right now. I just wanted to say Happy New Year, and I hope 2025 is the best year, at least in this series of 20 years. I hope that it's a very good year, because we sure need it. We need a year where things are not crazy. Every time I go into the grocery store, honestly, I feel like I'm suffering from culture shock for the price of food, or I guess it's because I'm old, and, you know, when I started driving, gas was in gallons, and it was 45 cents a gallon, and now it's in liters, and it's like $5 a gallon. When I was a little kid, I would go to the store from my mom, and I would buy a loaf of bread for 39 cents. I could buy a bag of chips, like a normal size bag of chips, and a pop for 25 cents. And sometimes I would get 35 cents, my allowance, and I could do all of that and go to the movies. And when we went to the movies, and I lived in a little town, and we had a Roxy Theater, which became an Odeon, which became something else and is now an art gallery. We would go to the movies, the Saturday matinee, and like on Halloween, there was a stage before the screen. So on Halloween they would have costume, like a costume pageant where everybody would get up and show their costumes, and then there'd be a prize for the best costume. And, you know, we were elementary school kids. And they would always give us a bag of candies. And when I was a kid, you could fill up one of those little brown bags with candies for 5 cents. And when you went to the store, the candies were like 5 for a penny or 10 for a penny, depending on what they were. And like, that was a big treat. And I'm off topic again. I was talking about the culture shock of going into the grocery store, and then you hear all these stories about, oh well, this food is bad for you and that food is bad for you. I just want things to be normal as they can be after all the heck we've gone through. Oh, I am really droning on. I don't know, like, I watch some videos and the people are so bubbly and their voices are so high and they're so happy, and I don't know, maybe that's just because they're young. Maybe my voice is so hangdog because I'm old. I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is, and I'm sure some of you will just turn me off because you don't like it. And maybe some of you will hang in there with me. But so I hope you've been doing your crafts and working on things, because the next best thing to journaling is doing something with your hands. You know, I love diamond painting because when I'm doing it, I'm not thinking about anything at all, as you can tell. My thoughts are just blank. And that's nice. I try never ever to watch the news, although I do see the news every now and then, or hear it when I'm in my car. If I have the radio on. I should actually bring CDs into the car, but I took them out when I was cleaning the car once and I never put them back in. I can't use my phone in the car because my hands-free is not working anymore. My car is going to be 11 years old in February, and it's a very tiny car, and I might replace it this year, but I mean, it runs so well. And apart from things starting to fail, like everything on the steering wheel doesn't work anymore except cruise control, but the hands-free is gone and the radio controls are gone. I can still use them on the radio, I just can't use them from the steering wheel. But it was a very inexpensive car. I think it was, the base price was $15,000 brand new, and I did buy it brand new. And it was the first automatic I've ever driven, so it's very comfortable, but I had to switch to an automatic because my left knee would get so painful if you're sitting in traffic and you can't shift, and your leg is on that clutch, and it was just getting too painful for me. So I guess going forward, if I do get another car, it will be a automatic. And thank goodness they make them for us old people whose bodies are rebelling against us. Oh, I'm going way down too far on this, aren't I? Okay, I think it's time to switch colors. And I'm going to try to get this video up tonight, but I probably, can you even see that? I hope so. Okay, so let's move this all back up and find another color. I guess we could go with this is the third video I think I'm making on this. So if I go as slow as I am now, it's going to be 6, 9, maybe 10 or 11 videos. So I'm going to do some that are no voice and just sped up so that we can get through this. And I love having you here with me. Even though we can't talk directly to each other, I know that someone, even if it's only one person, I know that someone is there listening to me. And although I've never been lonely, I actually like being alone most of the time. I'd say 99.9% of the time. It's nice to know that there's somebody here with me, and it's not loneliness in my head. It's not loneliness at all. It's aloneness, I think, because this place is new to me and it makes noise. There's LED lights.
I think all the lights here are LED. I think even these drop down type chandelier lights are LEDs.
But there's a big light over the living room, and it's full of flies. I don't know how, because this is a new place. But anyway, there's one there in the living room, and there's one, it's like a big disc, and there's one in my bedroom. I think all the bedrooms have one. And when you turn off these lights, they make sounds. Now the one down here doesn't bother me, but when I go to bed at night, of course at night, when I turn off that light, it sounds like there's something in the attic. It sounds like little paws and scratching. And I even told my son, not this last time that he was here, but the time before, I told him, I think there's something in the attic. How can there be something in the attic? And he says, well, if there is something in the attic, you better tell the landlord. And I said, well, come and I'll turn on the light, and then when it's been on for a while, I'll turn it off. I even had another light that I had pointing at the intake vents that go into the attic area, I guess, just to stop that noise. But anyway, I asked my son to look at it, and he could hear it too. But it has such a strange, it doesn't sound like when I turn this one off here in the living room. In the living room, it sounds like just clicks, like something that was very hot cooling down. But in my bedroom, whoa, it actually sounds like somebody crawling around, and not like a mouse or a rat, but like a raccoon, like big. Like it really, really scratches and snaps. So he had a look at it, and yeah, we found out it's nothing. It's just that light crackling, which is fun, fun, fun. I'm just gonna pull this down towards me because my eyes aren't that great. I don't know how long we've been doing this for, because this camera does not have an indicator, which is strange. But I sure am talkative today. So, I hope that, oh, when I ordered some, I think I told this the last video, I ordered, I think just one set of coasters, diamond painting coasters from Temu. Yeah, I know, I should be shot, but that's what I did. I do these things out of boredom, I swear. But, so, maybe when I finish this, we'll work on that. Because I do need some coasters. And I can't find the last ones I made because of moving. So, I will find them. And, so the only thing I have planned really for this year is diamond painting and losing weight. When my scale was missing, I think I told you I gained weight, and I'm down now, so I'm very happy about that. Not much, but I don't want to do anything fast. It's going to be an ongoing thing. It's about counting calories and thinking about what I'm eating. Trying to eat more eggs, but what I do with eggs is, like, say I want scrambled eggs and I want two. Well, I'll take one egg, and then I'll take one egg without the yolk. So I'll have 2 eggs and 1 yolk, if that makes any sense. And it's protein, and eggs are very filling. Like 2 eggs is about max for me. And when I go out with my son, when he comes to visit, if we go out for breakfast, I'll get the senior special, because I don't eat, they make these, they're not, to me, they're not home fries. To me, home fries are potatoes fried in butter with onions, and if you want to throw some other veg in, that's good too, and salt and pepper. But they deep fry potato cubes. That's how I can describe it, and they're very, to me, unappetizing. So I'll order the senior special, which is 1 egg, which I have scrambled, and 2 sausages, which is probably too much for me because I shouldn't be eating sausage at all. And they fill up the other half of the plate, so the eggs and the sausage are half a plate. And there's no potatoes, so instead of potatoes, they will give me like just about a fruit salad, oranges and pineapples and cantaloupe, and that other melon, I don't know what it's called. And so lots and lots of fruit. So, you know, I can eat like that at home, but at home I won't. I will occasionally make maybe a potato and make home fries my way. But it's rare. I hardly ever make potatoes at all. And it's not that I don't like potatoes, it's just I never think, oh, I should make potatoes. But I do have some Lou's. I don't know if you guys know what Lou's is. Lou's roast beef in the fridge because it was on sale. And Lou's roast beef comes in a bag with gravy. So it's all prepared. You can store it in your fridge forever, although I'm sure there's an expiry date. And you just boil it in some water because it's already done. You're basically just reheating it. And I think it was under $9. I wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't. So it was on sale. So I bought 2 of them. And that's what I'm going to have for New Year's dinner tomorrow. And for today, all I've had so far is scrambled eggs. But that's all I wanted. So that's fine. I don't feel the slightest bit hungry, which is the key to keeping your weight down. So anyway, I'm going to end it here because I feel like this has been going on forever and I'm just droning away and boring you guys to tears. But I hope you do come back, and I probably won't upload this until tomorrow. Remember that at midnight, open your front door so that all the bad from 2024 can leave your house, or so they say. I also saw another thing that said stick coins to the jamb above your door, the door jamb above your front door. And I can't remember what the purpose of that was, but when you take them down the next day, you either have to give them away or you have to spend them. But I guess there's all kinds of traditions for New Year's. I bet you there's hundreds. I'd love to hear them all. Anyway, have a great New Year's, and I really do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.